Hey guys, it's Elise and today I'm going to be doing a huge makeup haul, mostly for the fact over the past, I'd say about a month to 2 months, I have done quite a bit of shopping. So I have kind of bought a lot of new makeup things just to give a try and to see if I would like them or not. So if you want to see what I bought, and then just keep on watching. Right, so I have this massive basket full of stuff that I've picked up over the past month and a half. So what I'm going to do is, since I don't want to, whoops, since I do not want to go digging through the basket, I'm just going to kind of take off the top and then just kind of work my way down. So the first three things that are on the top that are by the same brand are Real Techniques things, and the reason these are out of the packaging is because I have used them and I kind of chucked the packaging away. So the first thing I actually got was the Real Techniques Deep Cleansing Gel, and this is a brush kind of shampoo sort of thing. So you literally just put a little pump of it on your on a damp brush, and then you kind of just swirl it around on your hand, or you use one of those brush cleaner pad things, or you just use one of them, and then your brush looks absolutely brand new, and I really love it. And then the next thing I got was the Real Techniques powder brush, and that's because I do have Real Techniques brushes I do use for powder, but I just wanted a nice big fluffy brush like this one, and this is just a regular powder brush, but it feels so soft. That's the one thing I love about Real Techniques brushes, is they are really soft. So I got that one. And then the last thing I got from Real Techniques was the blush brush, and once again I just got this just because I love Real Techniques brushes and they're just so soft, and this goes like right on the apples of your cheeks. So that's why I wanted this one, and I really like it. The next thing I got was from Too Faced, and I absolutely love Too Faced. I think it's an amazing brand, and I think I've had like a couple of samples from the brand before, but never kind of like a full size thing, and I kind of wanted to treat myself a little bit, so I bought the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbon palette, and I am so happy that I bought this because it has such amazing pretty colours. And the one thing I love about this collection, it smells like chocolate, and anyone who knows me knows chocolate is my favourite thing ever, and when I say ever, I literally mean ever. And that is what it looks like. Two of these up here are actually a little bit crap because I opened the packaging to smell it and I dropped it. So I feel really sad about that, but they still looking pretty intact. So I am so happy I got this because I literally just amazing. And let me just swatch a couple of these for you. I mean, look at the pigmentation on those. They are amazing, and I absolutely love them. So yes, I picked that up. I absolutely love Too Faced, but the problem is with the brand, it is so expensive. So if you're starting out with makeup, I highly recommend the brand I Heart Makeup, and that is because this brand is their inspiration, I think, for this brand is the Too Faced. So they kind of do dupes of stuff from Too Faced, like the melted lipsticks and the chocolate bar palettes and the blushes, which is what I got right here. The four out of the 5 eyeshadow palettes, and this one is Salted Caramel, and this is a dupe for the Semi-Sweet palette, and this is just amazing. And the colours on these are the exact same as the Semi-Sweet palette, and they are quite pigmented actually. They are buildable, but like if you just use one layer of them, they kind of a little bit sheer, but they are extremely buildable and they blend extremely well. And then the next one is I Heart Chocolate, and this is the dupe for the original chocolate bar palette, so I'll just take this out. Packaging is kind of the same, it just is like a chocolate bar that's kind of melting on to that, and then this is just the thing, and I just dropped the phone the applicator it came with, and all the colours are the same as the original the original chocolate bar palette, and once again the colours are really easy to blend and really buildable. So I just got that one, and then the next one I got is Pink Fizz, and this comes with a lot of pastel-y colours, so like you've got the pinks and the blues, and this palette is more for people who like to experiment with colour with a little bit, so like it's got a couple of blues and a couple of pastel pinks and stuff like that in there. And then the last one is Naked Chocolate, and these are all just nudie colours, so like browns and creams and golds and things like that. So for anyone who loves to do like kind of smoky eyes using more earthy tones or like browns and stuff like that, this is definitely the palette for you. And then the last thing I got from I Heart Makeup was the dupe for the melted lipsticks, and these are the lip lavas, and these are liquid lipsticks, and this is in the colour Tremor, and there's just a nice peachy, well no, not peachy, rosy pink colour. That is it for there. It is just such an amazing colour, and these are really pigmented and moisturising, so I love these, and I can't wait to actually try a real Too Faced melted lipstick just to kind of look at the comparison and to see if it is worth the price or if I could just stick to these. And I do have two other ones. The one is in Forgiven and the other is in Shockwave. And Shockwave is just like nice violet-y purple colour, and the other one is more of a browny nude colour, which is also really nice. So absolutely love this. The next three things I got were from Maybelline, and the first thing is the Super Stay 24-hour makeup locking spray. And the reason I got this is because my makeup does have a tendency to kind of slip and slide, just like most people's makeup do sometimes throughout the day. So I just bought this just to give it a try and see if it would make my makeup stay all day, and it really does. It is really good, I will give it to it. Maybelline always does a fantastic job with their products, so I'm really happy that I picked this up. And you have to shake it quite a bit though, because I've read online that people saying that if you don't shake it well enough you'll have white dots on your face, which I think is quite bad, but just make sure you shake it pretty well and you'll be totally fine. And then the next thing I got is the Falsies Push Up Drama. Oh my god, this mascara is amazing. All the mascaras I have, well most of them, I have purchased in the past have been Maybelline, and that's because they are amazing mascaras for being drugstore. And the brush on this kind of looks like the Too Faced The Real Bristle, and there's just the bristle, and it has the little spikes on the end just like the Too Faced one as well, and it is just amazing. I wear this over my Lash Sensational mascara, and together the two just make the most perfect combination ever. And then the last thing I got was the Dream Velvet Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation, and this is in 01 Natural. And the reason I got this because everyone was kind of raving about it on YouTube, so I really wanted to pick it up to give it a try. And it is so amazing. When you pump it out, it's kind of like a moussey consistency, and it blends in really, really nicely. So that is why I got this. And I just dropped it. So that is why I got this, and it is just an amazing foundation, and I highly recommend it to anyone who kind of just wants a drugstore foundation that gives a nice even coverage. I'd say that the coverage is kind of medium to light depending on how much you actually use, but the coverage on this is definitely buildable. I actually forgot one thing that I bought from Maybelline, and that is the Matte Makeup Mattifying Powder. And I actually prefer this over my Rimmel Stay Matte just because it does have more of a kind of tint to it than the Rimmel Stay Matte does, but both of them work just as well. This just gives it a little bit more coverage, and it is so creamy. I really like it, and I have it in number 10, Classic Ivory. So the next thing I got was actually from Stila, and I would never have actually purchased this, but I went into TK Maxx and this was on offer for £4, and considering the original price of this is £33, I think, I could not pass that up. And that is the Stila Magnificent Metal Foiled Eyeshadow, and this is in Metallic Violet. And oh my god, these are literally so good. I've wanted to try one of these for the longest time. I did want, I think it was Metallic Kitten, which is like the pastel-y pinky colour. But I absolutely love this. It is such an amazing colour, and it is just a vibrant violet, and it is just amazing. And the one thing I really love for those pop of colours on the eyes is purple, and I just can't wait to use this. It is going to be amazing, and I cannot wait to try it. The next brand I got stuff from was Freedom, and this is such an amazing brand. I've bought quite a lot from this brand already. I bought the concealer palette, well, just before Christmas, when it was just about released. I bought the primer water, the concealer palette, and the brow powder duo. And I definitely wanted something else to pick up from this brand. So the first thing I got was the Pro Strobe palette, and this is just a contour palette, and it kind of suits all the shades here. So you got a light colour, which is for fair skin, the dark and the medium, and then you've got 2 highlighting powders and an actual shimmery highlight. And this colour is just amazing. And this actually came with a brush, and this was only £8, and this is such good quality, and I'm really happy I picked this up. The reason I'm stopping for a minute is because I can hear my dogs barking. Someone's probably walking across the street, but yeah, they'll be fine. And then the next thing I got was the eyebrow pomade, and this is in blonde, but unfortunately this is a bit too dark for me. I put it on my brows and it looked so dark, and when I say dark, I mean really dark, like really dark. This kind of looked like a brownie colour, which I found really surprising. But I used this on my mama when I did her makeup for her, and she got lighter brows than mine, and she really likes it, so I'll just give this to her, or just keep it for when I have my eyebrows tinted, because usually sometimes before events I do get them tinted, just not all the time. So I might just keep this for when I have darker brows. The next 3 things I got were from Urban Decay, and that's because I absolutely love Urban Decay. It is one of my favourite brands. The first ever high-end palette I actually got was the Naked 2 palette, and that was when I really started to get into my makeup and started watching more and more YouTube videos on how to do all these different looks. So that is why I started kind of collecting Urban Decay palettes, and now, after purchasing this little baby, my collection is finally complete. And this is just the Naked 3 palette, and the brush fell out, and this just has more pinkier toned eyeshadows, and I love this. I use this on a day-to-day basis, and it is just an amazing palette. I'd say if you was gonna splurge on one palette, I'd splurge on either this one or the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbon palette, because they are both amazing colours, and they come with a kind of a good shade variety range, which I absolutely love. And now my collection of the Naked eyeshadow palettes is complete. And then the next 2 things kind of go hand in hand, and there's the Naked Skin foundation and concealer. And the reason I got these was because I wanted something that was going to feel light on my face but still give amazing coverage, and that is why I got these. Everyone always says how light they are, but also the coverage that they give is just amazing. So that is why I bought these, and I have been using these for about 2 weeks now, and I just love it. They stay on my skin so well, and I just absolutely love it. The next thing I got was from the Balm, and that is the Mary Luminizer, and that is because I've never actually owned a highlighter before. Like, they've come in the sets, but the highlight colour hasn't been that pigmented or that good. And everyone always raves about this, saying there is a staple thing that you need in your makeup collection. So I thought I'd just give it a shot, and it's just this champagne colour highlight, and the pigmentation on it is amazing. I absolutely love it. I have used this every single day, and everyone always tells me how glowing my skin looks or how good the highlighter is. And I actually convinced a couple of my friends to pick one of these up, and they all say how much they love it, and they all love it just as much as I do. The next two things I got were also concealers, just because I wanted to restock on one concealer but also try another one out. So I restocked on my collection Lost Imperfection concealer, and that is because this is my favourite drugstore concealer ever. It gives such amazing coverage. It can feel a little bit heavy, but you just gotta make sure that you do blend it out really well, and it does give amazing coverage. And this is in Fair, and it still looks very highlighted on the skin. Like, it's still lighter than my skin, which is kind of saying a lot because of how fair I am. But this is literally just an amazing concealer, and I highly recommend it to anyone who's kind of wanting to start using makeup and things like that. Then the next one is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and this is in Chantilly. And this is the first ever NARS product I have owned. And I thought it was a kind of good thing to start with, just because I have serious under eye bags and when I don't have concealer on, so I thought just to give something a try that everyone always raves about. So I thought that I would give this a try, and it is amazing. The coverage on it is amazing, and just like the collection one, it is lighter than my skin, so that's why I really like this. The next two things I got were from Barry M, and they are the Speed Quicker Dry Nail Paints. This one is in Pit Stop, and this one is Eat My Dust. And Eat My Dust is just a nice pastel-y blue colour, whereas Pit Stop is a nice pastel grey colour and is really nice. And these dry really quick. When I say quick, I mean super quick, like 30 seconds, and they're mostly dry. So I really like these, and they are absolutely amazing. I am definitely going to go and pick up more. The next thing I got was the Anastasia Beverly Hills Creamer Contour Kit, and this is in light, I think. I think I may have actually picked up medium by mistake, but literally this is amazing. I absolutely love it, and the coverage on these is really good. Like the banana powder or the banana shade or the more pinky shade I put under my eyes sometimes, kind of just as a base for the concealer and just to try and give that little bit of extra coverage, and it always does work. And I haven't used the contour shades yet, but I'm definitely gonna give them a try. The next thing I got was actually from Lizelle, and there's the Lizelle Cleanse and Polish, and I had this in a little pouch that came with 2 hot cloths, but the one's currently in the bathroom and the other one is in the washing machine. And all this does is, it's kind of like a cream, and you just put it all over your skin and it breaks down your makeup so well, and honestly it does not leave any residue. I don't think I could ever go back to using makeup wipes after using this, just because of how amazing it is, and I absolutely love it. And my skin feels so soft after this, because I suffer from not really bad, but bad dry skin, especially during the winter. So this just leaves my skin there feeling so moisturised, and I absolutely love it. The next place I went into was Lush, and that is because I really like Lush products. Like, I've only tried a couple of things like skincare wise, I've had the OT Fix and the, I think it was Cheeky Rose, I think it was called, face mask, and they were absolutely amazing. So the first thing I actually got, speaking of OT Fix, was a refill of my OT Fixer Fresh face mask, and that is because this is just amazing. And all these are products I've actually already used, so they do kind of look the thing. But this is what it looks like, and when you put it onto the skin, it kind of, some parts of it turns into an oil, which kind of moisturizes the skin so well. It doesn't look very appealing, but I promise you what it does for your skin is absolutely amazing. And I love the smell of it. It's just got a really nice nutty smell, which is kind of what I like about it. And the next thing is the Let the Good Times Roll, and this is a scrub. Now this is what it looks like. It is bright yellow, and what you do is you just take a bit on the palm of your hand, and then you run it under the water, and then it kind of turns into like kind of watery, gritty feeling, and then you just rub it all over your skin, and then you take it off with a hot cloth or a, what's it called, a flannel, and it just feels so good. And the good thing about this is it smells of popcorn. And anyone knows me, I love my food, and the one thing I always hate about some skincare stuff is they don't smell very appealing, and that's the one thing I love about Lush stuff, is they smell so good. In my opinion, Lush is absolutely lush. And the next thing I got is the Magical Morning Face Moisturizer, and what this is kind of like a, I don't want to say a clay, but it's kind of just like a block. Like, you know, Lush have those like blocks of like moisturizers. Well, this is kind of what it feels like, and then when you do it is you just rub it into the palm of your hand, and it dissolves into an oil. And this is so moisturizing. I used it once on my face and my skin felt so hydrated and so soft. It just feels amazing, and I absolutely love it. It was £28 and it did hit the bank a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, but it was definitely worth it, and I think this is definitely gonna last me for a long time. I've been using it for, I think it's been 3 weeks, and I've hardly used any of it, just because with this a little bit does go a long way. So I highly recommend this to anyone who wants to invest in a good moisturizer. And the last thing I got from Lush was the Aroma Water, and this is a toner water. And the reason I got this is because just to kind of balance out my skin tone, because it's just like under my eyes are so bad and like really blue, and then I kind of have little blotches of just like redness sometimes on my skin, and I just use this to kind of balance it out. And this has lavender water and rose water in it, and there's literally so amazing, and I really recommend this to anyone who wants to invest into a good toner, because it is just amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. The subscribe button is down below. And just a disclaimer, I did purchase all of this with my own money, or vouchers that, no, not vouchers, gift cards that were gifts from other people for Christmas, and I am not trying to brag or boast in any way, shape or form. And usually hauls are the most popular videos on YouTube, so that's why I kind of wanted to show everyone what I got, just because I thought this would be a nicer video to enjoy, because I personally enjoy watching hauls just to kind of see what is new out there and kind of just see what I can try. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.